H.V. Kathuria, Additional PCC of Working Plan and Settlement, Sri Anil Joshi, CCF Mandi, Avilash Damodaran, who has come all the way from Shimla with me, is CFIT, Director, Forest Corporation. My younger colleagues in Bandana, Rahul Rohane, Basu Dogar, Subhas Prasar, and T.R. Dhiman, all working as DFOs in various capacities. And Shri V.P. Pathania, retired forest officer, who has kindly joined us here in this ceremony. From the Academy, Director, Joint Director CCL Joshi, Course Director BTR Sharma ji, faculty and staff of this fast rising academy, friends from media, print and electronic both, dear graduate range officers, the raison d'etre of this ceremony, proud family members of the fresh addition to nationwide forest family. Young aspiring children, I see some of them, dear colleagues, ladies and gentlemen. An important occasion, not only in the career of those passing out today or their families, but also to the largest family of forest officers of the country. Welcome to Forest Department. Welcome to the sector. And while I welcome you and also congratulate you for your specific achievement, let me also add that it's an entry to a very prestigious, challenging, and extremely satisfying profession. The internal satisfaction one derives being close to nature is nowhere to be experienced except in the service of forests. Very few people will get this opportunity. We all are those lucky few ones. People paid to visit these areas, we get paid to work in these areas. That's the big difference. A proud moment for all of us. We are a community which works tirelessly so that all citizens can breathe and can sustain life enjoying the bounties of nature. All said and done, range officers are the backbone of this community, and the forest department, whichever state you go to, you may be working with, you will be proud of that department, and we will be proud of you. Right to life guaranteed by the Constitution of India cannot be fulfilled without clean air and assured water supplies. Both are sustained by forests, and by conserving them, protecting them, sometimes at the cost of our prestige, sometimes at the cost of our lives, we play that important role in ensuring the right to life. It's not right to life just against imprisonment, but remember, all the PILs that arise in case of forests are driven by this motto that right to life cannot be fulfilled without air and water, and therefore forests are critical to survival of not only citizens but also the very all living beings, all breathing living beings. Although mostly you will remain unsung heroes and heroines, yet you will have the greatest inner satisfaction when you look back to see what you have been able to protect, what you have been able to give to the next generations, and we are the ones who have the greatest role to play in the intergenerational equity. Nobody else has so much of wealth to pass on to the next generations. Work as hard as you can, devote yourself as much as you can, but do remember one principle that should guide your actions. Have no regrets policy in your life. I could have done had I. No. Today is the opportunity beginning today. It doesn't come again. And this kind of responsibility, this kind of motto in life would demand due diligence before decision. Due diligence means doing the cross checks, doing verifying things before you decide, and do your homework. Another thing that we realize when we come closer to age of superannuation, that you should work in your career, that no regrets at the time of retirement. Had I got 2 more years, I would have done so. No way. That time begins now. Plan your life, plan your career, so that you don't wish that I had few more years in this chair. And again, driven by the same motto, no deathbed regrets. मरते समय मृत्यु शैया पे ये ना हो कि भगवान मैं ये कर सकता था, एक जीवन और दे दो. No way. You have to plan your life accordingly and deliver. Don't demand another life. Let God grant to you by seeing your conduct, your achievements and your contribution. In our life and also in career, there will be ups and downs. There cannot be a hill you have been blessed with a view around without at least 2 valleys. So peak in career, peak in life will come following depression and will be followed by depression. Don't take the peak will become a plateau, that it will always continue. There will be downs. And be prepared, mentally prepared. Prepare yourself to meet those challenges, and it can be done only by mental training yourself, studying, reading, listening to wise people. Don't give up on that, and there is a lot of material today available due to access of technology at your fingertips. Do make good use of it. In our lives we discover that there is a curve, not only of the life but also of the career. If you superimpose both of them, a lot of things become very clear. As you enter the jobs, your parents are young, you don't have much of family responsibility, you can do probably the best of your life, you are most energetic, although the experience is wanting. Here comes the role of your seniors, whether in the field or in office, and do not hesitate seeking guidance. Nobody can claim that I know everything. Even at this age, at the time, in the month of my retirement, I cannot claim that I know everything. Be keen learner. Academy cannot teach you everything. Life teaches. And in life, when you see that little more few years you are blessed with children, lucky ones will have the support of their parents, and as children grow younger, your parents will grow older. So responsibilities will maximize during mid ages, sometime between 35 to 45, and that is the time you will be passing through the challenges of the career. Somebody will be denied promotion, somebody will get accelerated promotion, depending which state, which country, how you performed, what kind of circumstances. Not necessarily that you blame yourself. In success as also in failure, circumstances conspire. When you fail, they conspire against you. When you succeed, they have conspired in your favor. And don't forget, there is a God. I began my career, rather life, from a very small town. Never imagined I'll be reaching here. And as embarrassingly long profile of mine has been read out, I got opportunities to play role at global level. I had never in my career imagined that I'll be playing this role. Fortunately, the civil list, the seniority that gets published discloses that who are the people likely to reach the top. And I was one of them, lucky ones, because I entered the job very young. I mean, nothing to give credit to myself, but to my parents. My date of birth was younger than my own batchmates. So it's a contribution of the parents. I cannot claim that I did it. So despite that, yeah, it's a hard fact of life. If within my batch people are elder, they are not to blame, their parents are to blame. Right? And those who are younger, they are lucky. Their parents have brought them early. I don't take pride in being younger of the batches, and one of the reasons that I could still get to this position. I'll come back to the preparedness in the career and life. Don't be guided by seniority list, don't be guided by the civil list. Reason, I was the senior most, but on 1st October 2021 in Himachal Pradesh cadre. I was serving in Government of India. My aged mother lived with me, still lives with me, 90 years old. My son was passing through that phase which I just referred to, that he wanted to get into LLM. After doing graduation, in between he wanted to do some attachment with possibly a Supreme Court judge or High Court judge. He was lucky he could get a High Court judge. And then my mother said, I can't come with you. My son said, we need you here. Then I sat back, I realized, what for am I in this job? Family first. This is the time my family needs me, not my career. And once you realize that, making that choice is not very difficult. With pleasure, you will forego. And God has been kind to me, and government has been kind to me, that despite being left with just 1 month after retirement of my predecessor, they brought me back as half. But the predecessor cum successor who was, he never counted in his life that he'll get this role to play. Sri Ajay Srivastava, in between me and him, were there, how many? 4 officers. S.D. Sharma refused to come back. Sri Samir Rastogi, he is serving as Chief Vigilance Officer of Rashtriya Chemical Fertilizer Limited in Mumbai. He says, I'll complete my tenure and then come back. And then government chose somebody else rather than the next one in seniority. Ajay Srivastava had not prepared himself for this role. Thankfully, and congratulations to him, that he did pretty well despite being unprepared, totally unprepared, not foreseeing this. So these kind of opportunities will keep coming. Don't be guided purely by seniority list. Keep yourself prepared, keep yourself in readiness to play a leadership role. We are all leaders. When we join this kind of jobs, you lead at a different level. As you rise in career, your role, your domain keeps enhancing. So each one of you is a leader, whether you head a unit or not. People are watching you and they many times copy you. My wife is my batchmate, now retired, and we opted for one of the most difficult areas. By now most of you must have heard, Pangi Forest Division, across Rohtang. At that time there was no road connectivity. We had to walk for 3 days to reach our headquarters from the nearest road head. And temperature in the winters would dip to -39. Snowfall accumulated will be something like 19 feet. And we opted for it. One of the things that we were taught way back in the academy, that like it or not, you are being watched, people copy you. There was an occasion my wife was given charge of head of that, all departments report to one post called Resident Commissioner there. There was a vacancy and my wife happened to be the senior most. So she was given the charge. She visited some schools, she visited some college, local schools there. She was wearing a particular combination of clothes. Way back in 1990, she had bought it from Pathankot, red and black combination. I think upper was red and lower part was black. And within a month, we found all girls in the township wearing that very clothes. Same combination. So like it or not, we all are being watched and our deeds will be copied, bad and good ones both. So if this society deteriorates, don't blame the younger ones. Somewhere our conduct had a role to play, right? So keep preparing yourself. Society has a high expectation. Your work environment, as everywhere else, will be unpredictable and giving you both negative and positive sides. My advice to you, pick up the positive. Forget about the negative. As a country, we are now emerging to play roles at the global level. No global alliance or conference, workshop, etc. is possible without participation of India. And we have quickly learnt it, how to leverage it. In my role as member of the IOC or World Mining Congress, I have leveraged that role. Okay, if you don't agree, we walk out. The conference fails. The organization is left with nothing. So now is the time when the country is playing a global role and you also have some role somewhere. Keep yourself in readiness and see, G20 leadership has come our way. India is currently leading that. One earth, one family, one happiness. Roles we will be playing at local level, roles we will be playing at regional levels, state level, national and global, and there is no academy which can teach you to prepare for it. You have to study the situation, you have to analyze your both failures and successes, you have to pick up the positive points from your colleagues, also from the society and also some of the good politicians. I learnt a lot watching debates in Parliament. Sitting in my room, of course, in Government of India, you are provided TV which is linked to Rajya Sabha, Lok Sabha, and the moment your subject is appearing in the discussion, you rush so that you help your minister reply those. And as enumerated by the course director, they have tried to inculcate very good habits in you, like all academies do. They have put you on the path of discovering good physical fitness, and as my academy says, that mens sana in corpore sano, a good mind resides in good body, and I am testimony to that. I had neglected my health, and who was there? Kathuria and Dhiman were with me. I had grown to 96.5 kgs of weight. My son used to advise me, don't come to my school, children make fun of me. That hurt me. And I set myself a target that I'll reduce it. And I brought it down to 68, 69, and then my senior said 63 kg. Then one of my seniors says, working plan में पढ़ाते हैं कि don't withdraw entire increment. Leave some for exigency. So if your increments mean annual increment is only converts to annual prescription, allowable cut is 50%, right? Why? Then he said, should you fall ill, you will not be able to recover. Gain 5-6 kgs, little extra, so that you are prepared for that medical exigency. So I brought it back to 70. It's a continuing battle, but it motivates me to keep fit. I get up every day early morning, I go for my jog, walk, badminton, whatever. I still play badminton. I keep hurting myself and particularly my knees, but still do it. And I'll advise you to stick to this. Don't give up. It's a very good habit. The academies bring you in. Keep yourself fit. It helps you deliver in your professional as also personal life. In academy, I was glad and rather disappointed also that all the good medals have been taken away by one girl. It should have been got evenly distributed. That means she is more studious than others. So I'll advise that don't give up on your reading habits. Do read books, they still have relevance. And holding a book, particularly at your bedtime, helps you go early to sleep. Don't watch TV, that's my advice. Try to lead a very disciplined life. The academies demonstrate what a disciplined life can yield. In a day, if you go back to now field, you'll realize that in the academy, from morning till you went to bed, you are actually able to achieve much more than when you go back to society and the family. Do keep that disciplined life, leading disciplined life in your charter of everyday activity. I was a very shy boy when I was in school, and my co-students used to make fun of me. Dara hua chuha hai. My photographs of those times still left as if a, a rat or a mice which is threatened. The expression was on my face. And I could barely speak. Mike, I used to think, is a ghost, run away. And over a period of time, through trainings, through interaction with good people, I started speaking up. Then I found that articulation cannot come if you keep repeating the same word. So adding vocabulary is essential to good articulation. And if you are a good articulate person, people will be ready and willing to lend an ear to you. And when they are willing to listen to you, make sure that you don't talk rubbish. A statement without statistics, without backed up with data and facts, is just another opinion, worthless. Because opinion expressors are too many, but opinion makers are only few. Opinion makers back their statement with facts, analysis, and data. So equip yourself. It doesn't come in a day. It comes over a long period of hard, disciplined endeavor. Do remain devoted. Academies cannot teach you everything. Make those of you who are creative, please don't kill it. Get into writing habit. Keep expressing yourself. It doesn't matter if some people react adversely to what you write. I still write. I get criticism. I also get praises. Both come is a package. It's not just praises. There will be harsh criticism. And you should be happy that people are reading what you are writing. In an era where people tend to ignore even the report card of their children, those idiots are also reading your articles. So do not hesitate expressing yourself. Your learnings are going to be unique. Nobody else will have. You work in such environment where people cannot reach. You will be observing things nobody else will have the opportunity to observe and record. Please take this opportunity to spread that information, spread that awareness to younger generation, to the rest of the society members, citizens who do not get such golden opportunities. I have always led a life and a career, and I advise you to follow. Choose harder right over easier wrong. It will land you in difficult positions, but let me also give you an assurance that if you led an upright career, upright life, an invisible hand appears when you are about to be harmed. It will ensure that you are not harmed. Your benefits are not stopped. I call it hand of God, but it does exist. My senior, some of the young officers from Malayan, I mentioned that I had one of the best bosses and a very tough one. Leena Nair Madam, an IAS of Tamil Nadu cadre of Malayali origin, born and brought up in Chandigarh. Her father was an editor of Tribune, so she could speak Punjabi, Haryanvi, Hindi, English, Malayali, Tamil. And one of the toughest officers. When you look back what I could achieve, probably when I look back in my career, in my life, the greatest satisfaction that gives are the two things that I could do in the Ministry of Tribal Affairs. And it is because of her constant guidance, that assurance, and being that invisible hand which doesn't let harm come my way. And I say, such things do not happen by our design. These are designs of the God. Try to read them. People come in your life not by chance. They come in your life, in your surroundings, to play a role, including your adversaries. I have always noticed and analyzed my life, my career. I would not have risen without my adversaries. My critics, my adversaries kept me on toe, motivated me to excel, leave them behind. That is the spirit with which you can survive, excel, and get noticed. The unfortunate part of getting noticed brings you greater responsibility. Higher you rise, more visible you become, and the stronger winds will hit you first rather than the masses lower below. Be prepared for this. And it's a golden opportunity to set example where we lack examples in life, in society. Ways. Be practical, and nobody can teach you what is practical. Your own ethos, your own ethics, your own principles, your own upbringing in the family, in the society, and in the department guides you. But do keep in mind what I said, harder right over easier wrong. That will guide you what is practical. Training plays an important role, as I said about myself. I've undergone more than 36 one-week trainings, some of them longer duration trainings, innumerable study visits, many of them abroad, that changed that dara hua chuha into what a person is standing and talking in front of you. All learnings cannot come from reading, watching. You have to listen to these wise people. Where do you get such wise people? It's difficult because it doesn't come pure wise, pure idiots. It's a mix. You have to tolerate that blend that God has given us. Even idiots teach us a few things. Do attend workshops whenever you get opportunities. Attend sincerely. Conferences and seminars. These are the opportunities where you get to hear many people, and most of them will be talking sense. Few nonsense like mine. Many lessons are learned in the field by doing hands-on thing. Not even your senior will be able to tell you how to tackle it. Each situation is different. Each circumstances will be different. And responses of different people will be different. Giving you very varied results. Academies equip you with that skill, with that thinking process to deal with the situations, to know the situations, to analyze and prepare your response. It may succeed, it may not succeed, depends upon several other things. But you will have the satisfaction, I gave my best shot. I could not have done better than this. This should be our aim. Result depends upon so many other things beyond our control. But the only thing that keeps you going is, मैं इससे बेहतर नहीं कर सकता था. वो संतुष्टि आनी चाहिए अपने प्रयासों में. That satisfaction should always be derived by a response that I could not have better than this. That's the biggest satisfaction. It pays, may not pay immediately, but later on somewhere it pays back. Academies cannot teach you solution to everything because we cannot foresee everything. Every situation imaginable is simply cannot be reduced to text and ready-made solutions. You have to be innovative, apply your learnings, modify one learning from situation to situation to find solution to the new situations. And I tell you, I must concede, learning never stops. Including in the family, including in the career. We were very lucky that me and my wife always were posted together. Till we ourselves sought to briefly separate out because my wife never wanted to go to Government of India. I did. And I left in 2017. My wife retired in 2019, joined me, and she said, I wish I could lead these moments again. I discovered myself. Got out of the overbearing shadow of a husband. And these are learnings. I also learned, okay, I was overbearing, I was suppressing her career advancement, expressions. A lady, many of you I see, have to compromise a lot on their career because they have responsibility of the family and their mothers. Something, a role society or career doesn't recognize, but children do. We had the opportunity to host a foreign student while residing in Shimla way back in 2013. That German boy is our adopted son. Both sons, natural and adopted, or guest son, that's what you term. They love the mother more than they do me. They say we admire you, but love is reserved for my mother. So ladies, be proud if you are doing better on both the fronts. I also started saluting my wife thereafter. You have to keep converting each of your experience, good as well as bad, into lessons. Lessons of life and or lessons of professional career. It's a very interesting, exciting journey. Once you get to know the learning and how to design your next response to the new situation. It's fun. And try to guess God's design. I tell you, in the recent incident, when I did not come back, who was made pieces of half? God designed that this boy who refused to come today has to be given an opportunity. Therefore, he chose a successor, ignoring many people in between, who was born on 1st February. I am born on 16th February. And being born on the first day of the month, we are forced to retire on the last day of the previous month. So my successor retired on 31st January. This is God's design. Okay? God's design that I was not destined to come back for Ajay Srivastava to take this role. And had I retired from Government of India, I would have been allowed to retain 6 months of that government accommodation, beginning February, and it would have ended August. My son returns back from his studies abroad in the month of September. And he said that I wish to land in this government colony, in this flat. I said, not possible. Government doesn't give extension. And when I was given the opportunity to work here, we discovered that on transfer, this is not transfer, not retirement, I am allowed to retain accommodation only for 2 months. Then discovered another rule. If you are retiring in these 2 months, you retain for another 6 months. So 8 months. God's design, I could not have designed it. Impossible for the human being to design this finely tuned thing. So do have faith in that force above and try to keep guessing his design. If you fail, try to guess what is his design, what is he trying to convey to you, and each failure will be rather a moment of happiness than a pain. And with these words, ladies and gentlemen, I'll advise you one more thing. I have not been fair to my family. Do maintain balance between work and life. It's necessary. Family is equally important. You have to give time to them. Do not miss important moments in your family. When your son goes for the first time to school or walks or does something new, be with the family. They need you there. These are the moments they'll cherish for life and you will miss for life, because both life and career are one-way traffic, one-way journey. A moment lost is not going to come back. Remember this. And with these words, I wish you all a very happy life ahead. Best wishes for your career and for your life. And wish you all a very bright career and satisfying life. And I pray to God He should bless you with both. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, a very good afternoon, namaskaram and vanakkam. It is my honor and privilege to propose the vote of thanks on this occasion. Respected Principal Chief Conservator of Forest, Head of Forest Force, Himachal Pradesh, Chief Guest of the today function, Sri V.K. Tiwari IFS, PCCF Research and Training, HP Sri Rajesh J. Ikaji, APCCF Working Plan and Settlement, Sri H.V. Kathuria IFS, CCF Mandi Anil Joshi ji IFS, CCF Finance and IT Abhilash Damodaran ji IFS, DFO Sukesh Subhash Prasad ji, DFO Nachan T.R. Diwan ji, Rahul M. Rohane, LC Bandana ji IFS, Parul Sood ji, DFO Headquarter Working Plan Mandi, Vasu Dogar ji, DFO Mandi, DM Mandi, Dr. Rampal ji, DM Sundarnagar, Kamal Jaswal ji, DM Danoto Hemraj ji, DFO Headquarter Amrish Sharma ji, BP Pathania ji, retired, DFO S.K. Chaudhary, retired Professor Economics. We are, and not to forget other dignitaries, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, and most importantly our dear RFOs who have passed successfully today from this academy, media persons from electronic and print media. We are gathered here on this occasion on the passing out parade of 6th batch of 18 months certificate course of Range First Officers 2021-23. On behalf of the HP FA Sundarnagar, I take this opportunity to thank all. Allow me to begin by thanking our Chief Guest Shri V.K. Tiwari ji, IFS PCCF, Head of First Post HP, for sparing his valuable time from his busy schedule and accepting to grace this day with his presence, and also thanks for his very insightful address, detailed address to the trainees as well as to us, which will be very helpful to us. We extend our sincere gratitude to PCCF Research and Training for helping us in organizing today's functions. We also express our gratitude to those who have supported us in practical ways behind the scenes from the administration and sports staff. We also take the opportunity to extend our most sincere thanks to all our invited guests. Dear RFO trainees, on behalf of the HP First Academy Sundarnagar, I, CL Joshi, Joint Director, Training, take this opportunity to thank you all for visiting this Devbhoomi HP First Academy from different parts of India, the lands of God, from Kerala, God's own land, Uttar Pradesh, amazing heritage land of birth of Ram and Lord Krishna, and from Andhra, that is Tirupati Balaji from Andhra Pradesh, essence of incredible India, Tamil Nadu, the enhancing Tamil Nadu, land of Rameshwaram and Chhattisgarh, rice of wall of India, Chhattisgarhia sabse badhiya. As a JD training, I hope that you have best training in this academy as RFO. Our objective is to make you the best RFO. Thanks for choosing RFO as a career. RFO is the backbone of the Forest Department. Your success as a RFO will depend upon your training and how you have trained. Feel free to contact us anytime, anywhere. I am proud to share my experience that when I was on South India tour, the last batch topper of this academy, Lata Guru Bhatt, met me at Coimbatore. She is now pursuing her SFS. She has selected in State Forest Services. She shared an experience that there was 72 range officers selected in Karnataka, and they were deputed for training in different academies across India. There are 5 to 6 academies, but when there was a training of all 72 academies jointly, then the trainees from this academy, there were 15 to 16 trainees from Karnataka. They excelled. They were declared by the PCs of Karnataka the best trainee of product of this academy, all among the 72 trainees. We are proud that our training helps them, and there was 2 subjects, that survey, that bearing and angle you were referring to in the last culture night, and law. In both subjects they were top, the trainees of this institute, this academy, last 5th batch. The training goes on, as sir has rightly said. Life is a training, and your success will depend on how best you are trained. Try to learn as much as you can. It is true that my colleagues and I have been tough with you at times, but this does not mean that we don't love you. This was larger effort to prepare you for great challenges that lie ahead, and to nurture you and construction of strong foundation for your future. You see, when you carve a stone, that stone is worshipped as a god. Earlier it was a stone. When you carve it, then it is considered to be a god. When you train somebody, then you develop some qualities, and that qualities, after that you become a full-fledged and very competent range officers. Hope you will bring back good names to this academy, and be in touch for us. I will request our research, PCC Research and Training, that whenever there is in future we have some refresher course, we will invite whole batch of range officers. Previously we are planning to do that. I again thank you once again all the guests which we have come all over India to visit this academy. You might have enjoyed this serene environment of Trambadi forest. Actually, being a course coordinator of 7th batch, we have tried to accommodate all guests in our hostel, and all our 7th batch are on term break, and they will join the next Monday. Hope you might have enjoyed. If there is any problem or any some mistakes, I am sorry for that inconvenience. Any कुछ कोई कमी रहेगी हो तो उसके लिए मैं अपनी तरफ से एकेडमी की तरफ से क्षमा चाहूँगा। और एक बार फिर से आज के मुख्य अतिथि महोदय का विशेषकर उनके एक शॉर्ट नोटिस पे यहाँ हमारे ट्रेनीज़ का हौसला अफजाई करने के लिए आने के लिए बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद और बहुत बहुत आए मान्य अतिथिगणों का सबका बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद। थैंक यू वेरी मच। विश यू ऑल द बेस्ट। Congratulations to all, and congratulations to for your future success. Thank you very much.
इससे पहले कि हम इसको वाइंड अप करें और नेशनल एंथम पे खड़े हों, इससे पहले हमारे आज के चीफ गेस्ट आपसे दो बातें और करना चाहते हैं, तो हमारा सौभाग्य है। श्री वी.के. तिवारी।
Few things I should have covered earlier, and I admit my mistake. I heartily congratulate the academy, faculty and the staff which made this course possible, is making all courses possible, and is also setting standards in training which is recognized across several states, manifest in greater number of people coming from as far as South India, Tamil Nadu and Kerala. Another thing I briefly alluded to, but I must elaborate. What does it mean? I always welcomed you as a member of the family of foresters. It's not just words, it actually means. Many of us have got very valuable critical support, sometimes pulling us out of life-threatening situations, joined by only one thread, no other relationship, belonging to the family of foresters. In Kedarnath tragedy, the forest rest house located just above the bank was occupied by an officer coming from South India, and the only knowledge both of them had, the local forest officer, that this guy is one of us. Just before the water could rise in the middle of the night at 2 a.m., the guard and deputy went, pulled the entire family out, feeling that is something unusual going to happen. And within few minutes, entire rest house was washed away. That is the thread that binds us together. In an unknown situation, unknown people, only known as co-foresters, is the bond that joins us together, whether we are serving or retired. One of our colleagues, despite having retired, has joined us because he still loves the family, and we love him back. So that is what, despite several pressures in the family, of the career, of various networks, commitments, do remember, this is a legacy we are passing on to you. And do take it forward. Don't forget that you have been bestowed this responsibility not by me, but on behalf of the generations that are yet to come and join the forest family. They are the future generations. We owe it towards them. another thing that brought me here, repeatedly he mentioned, yes, being HOD is not easy. There are several competing demands at a time, but I always cherish, always wish to have interaction with younger generations, so that I get an opportunity to pass on whatever little I have been able to gather and learn. And I don't have that regret that had I gone there, at least 1941, 42 or maybe 50 people would have learned something from me, from my experiences. So that is the responsibility because of which I chose that let us pass this baton on to younger generation before I hang up my boots. That's the reason I came here. मशाल अब आप लोगों के हाथों में दे रहा हूँ, कृपया जलाए रखिएगा. And on behalf of Himachal Pradesh, its people, I would like to thank you for choosing to come to this place. And rather than usual summertime, you have been through all seasons. You have experienced our cold. Many of you in your life will not get this opportunity again, because next time when you come, you will choose best of the season. Summer, not winter. Now you know what Himachal people get through each year. And with the last words, that I am very sure many of you will return like me. Because one may take an officer or a person out of Himachal, but you cannot take Himachal out of that person. That will keep you bringing back. With these words, thank you once again for hearing me.
From the entire forest fraternity and the audience, now I request, in the end of this function, I request all to rise for the national anthem.
विनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता, पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्रविड़ उत्कल बंगा, विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा कोशल जलधि तरंगा, तब शुभ नामे जागे, तब शुभ आशीष मांगे, गाते तब जया गाथा, जन गण मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता, जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे.
Thank you everybody.
बीते हुए लम्हों की कसक साथ तो होगी, बीते हुए लम्हों की कसक साथ तो होगी, ख्वाबों ही में हो चाहे मुलाकात तो होगी, बीते हुए लम्हों की कसक साथ तो होगी, ख्वाबों ही में हो चाहे मुलाकात तो होगी, बीते हुए लम्हों की कसक साथ तो होगी. ये प्यार में डूबी हुई रंगीन फज़ाएं, ये प्यार में डूबी हुई रंगीन फज़ाएं, ये चेहरे ये नजरें ये जवां रुत ये हवाएं, हम जाए कहीं इनकी महक साथ तो होगी, हम जाए कहीं इनकी महक साथ तो होगी, बीते हुए लम्हों की कसक साथ तो होगी, ख्वाबों ही में हो चाहे मुलाकात तो होगी। की तरह दिल में बसाए हुए रखना,